You know how some people say, words can change the world? Well, this book tried to prove it. And sometimes it succeeded, like when John F. Kennedy told America, "We choose to go to the moon," and everyone actually looked up and said, "Yeah, let's do that." And then America did. They went to the moon, planted a flag, took some selfies, and left. Other times? Well, let's just say some of these world-changing speeches seem like they only changed the mood in the room for about 20 minutes. Like Mark Antony's speech over Caesar's dead body. It's dramatic, sure, but let's be real. No one was starting the space race after that. So here's the deal. Speeches That Change the World is edited by Emma Beare and published by Bounty Books in 2006. It's a neat little collection, 192 pages, of speeches, interviews, one-liners, and historic declarations that supposedly shifted the course of human history. Now, shifted the course of human history is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Some of these speeches absolutely fit the bill. Like JFK's moon speech, which didn't just stay a speech, but actually propelled an entire country to compete with the Soviet Union in space exploration. That's a speech with legs, or I guess rocket boosters. And now, thanks to that little competition, we have the Mars rover Curiosity roaming around the red planet, sending us selfies like the solar system's first influencer.
Very, very influential.
But then you have entries that are here more for their literary beauty than their lasting impact. Princess Diana's one-liners? Elegant, memorable. But world-changing? Maybe in the royal gossip columns, sure. And Mark Antony's eulogy? Great if you're in a Shakespeare play, but it's not exactly shaping modern foreign policy. The structure of the book is clean. It's divided into 10 themed sections: ancient history, love, religion, science, patriotism, philosophy, humanity and liberty, sport, politics, and war. That's a wide net. But, ironically, the net doesn't catch as much as you'd think. The speeches are overwhelmingly West-centric. If you're looking for a truly global history of impactful words, you might notice some glaring omissions. The only African voices represented are Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk. Yes, they're big names, but Africa's been talking for a long time. And there are so many other voices that shaped its history. The contributors here are a wild, eclectic bunch. You'll find Woodrow Wilson and Hitler sharing space with Einstein and Mandela. John F. Kennedy pops up, of course. Then there's Thucydides, Mark Antony, and Karl Marx, all rubbing shoulders in the same book. If you've ever wanted to imagine an awkward dinner party of history's most influential speakers, this is basically your guest list. One thing I'll give the editor credit for: she knows that not everyone has the patience for a full, unabridged historical speech. So when speeches get a bit too verbose, she trims the irrelevant parts without chopping out the heart of the message. That makes this book more approachable for casual readers who don't want to read 3 hours of 19th century political metaphors. Not all the entries are from single authors either. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is in here. Not the product of one person's pen, but still one of the most important sets of words ever agreed upon. Even though it came from the General Assembly of the United Nations, it's still proof that collective voices can be just as powerful as one charismatic orator. But there are choices that raise eyebrows. I mean, if you're going to claim these are the speeches that changed the world, then how is George W. Bush's Axis of Evil address making the cut, while entire continents' worth of voices are left out? That's like making a top 10 albums of all time list and somehow sneaking in a karaoke night recording from your uncle's basement. The book doesn't always give enough context for each speech. Sure, you can enjoy the words themselves, but without knowing the exact ripple effects they caused, the world-changing claim feels a little weaker. A short note after each speech, just a sentence or two explaining the historical impact, would have gone a long way in helping readers appreciate why it was chosen.
I know, I want to know.
Still, for all its gaps, the book does succeed in one area, sparking curiosity. If you're the inquisitive type, you'll probably find yourself Googling the backstory of a speech or reading the full version. If you're not the inquisitive type, well, you'll at least walk away with some interesting snippets of history to casually drop into conversation.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
The book I'm talking about is Speeches That Changed the World, edited by Emma Beare, published by Bounty Books in 2006. This is one of those books that works best as a starting point, not the final word. It's like an appetizer platter, tasty enough to get you curious, but you'll need to order the full meal somewhere else if you want to feel truly satisfied. I like the range in tone. 1 minute you're in the passionate moral gravity of Martin Luther King Jr. The next you're reading a scientific vision from Einstein, and then you're at a sporting pep talk. It keeps things interesting, even if the collection isn't as comprehensive as it could be. So, my biggest criticism, it's gotta be the West-heavy bias. History is just packed with orators and leaders from Asia, Africa, the Middle East, South America, and honestly, only scratching the surface with just 2 African names feels like a real missed opportunity. If this is gonna be called Speeches That Change the World, then let's make it the world, not just a portion of it. Another gripe. There just aren't any clear footnotes on what each speech actually achieved in the real world. I mean, I wanted to know, did this inspire legislation? Did it trigger a movement? Did it cause an actual change in political policy? Without that, the change the world part sometimes feels like it's riding on assumption rather than fact. A few themes really stand out here. The power of words, whether they're rallying troops, comforting a grieving nation, or pushing humanity toward scientific frontiers, the right words at the right time can be more powerful than any weapon. Then there's selective history. The book, maybe unintentionally, shows just how much historical canon is filtered through Western perspectives. Who gets remembered and who gets left out says a lot about who's writing the history, don't you think? And finally, the fragility of impact. Not all speeches have a lasting ripple effect. Some flare up brightly for a moment and then fade, while others, like the Moon speech, echo for decades. Emma Beare is an editor and writer who's worked on a range of reference and nonfiction titles. She's known for compiling accessible thematic collections that give readers a quick, curated taste of a subject without overwhelming them with too much detail. Speeches That Change the World is a prime example of her style. It's concise, neatly organized, and honestly designed to spark further exploration. So, if you're looking for a quick, portable history lesson in some of the most famous speeches ever delivered, and you're okay with it being more of a Western sampler than a global anthology, this book's a solid pick. But if you want a truly inclusive, deeply contextual deep dive, well, you might have to go hunting for a bigger, broader collection. Because in the end, speeches may change the world, but the world is a lot bigger than 192 pages can hold. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.